Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakbridge Farm. Continuing on from the previous episode, we are just compacting what's left of this grass, which there we are, 100%. So we can pull off here and get this sheeted over, all 321,000 litres of it. Yes please. Brilliant, so there's plenty of water buffalo food and also, if we need to, the BGA. But I am hoping now, we did that grass field in the previous episode, and now's the time to cultivate it up so we can plant it with maize. The maize drill, well, this planter as it's called, that will need some more solid fertiliser, and I am hoping if I just quickly look back onto here and go fertilisation, yes, cultivate this up, then we plant it, and then we'll have full fertilisation along that field. This field I think was already fertilised before we bought it, so we haven't had to do anything there. The only thing I've missed is I didn't lime it, which, silly me, I didn't have my lime switched on, so we missed out on that, but that's alright. We can do it. Whoa, I should have stopped before I went onto the menu. But I've brought our cultivator over. We're going to look at getting this done, hopefully as quickly as we can. But this could be a wise thing to look to upgrade. Or, if we don't upgrade this, it may be worth upgrading our planter to, is it the Lemkin one? I think that's it's something like 14 metres. It's a direct planter, and you can put in liquid fertiliser. So that could be a very, very good shout. Also, I've messed around a bit with my settings, so I'm hoping that the video quality will be better than what it has been, and I've also turned down the volume of the tractors, the game volume itself, because it wasn't until recording my newest Let's Play that I noticed, especially the combine harvester, it was very, very loud. So I thought that would be much better, making sure that we've turned everything down appropriately. But saying that, we're going to get on and we're going to get this done. last little bit to go and then the field is all done. One thing we must check is the BGA. I can't remember, well, I haven't looked at it since starting this save game back up again, but we just need to make sure, because I've seen that there is a full, well, not a full trailer load, but there is a trailer load of manure all ready to go, and I can't just remember, because I hadn't taken any notes or anything, of whether that had to go or not. So as soon as we have done this last bit, I'm probably completely wrong keeping the cultivator down like that. It will probably break everything off. But there we go. So that is done, and there is a new pallet of fabric that spawned. So let's fold this up and let's have a quick look now at the BGA. Whilst it's saving. So there is plenty of silage, but if we take that manure over now, what's the... I keep doing this, getting sidetracked. How much slurry? 41,000. So we could take slurry if we wanted to, but I don't see the point just yet. Let's leave this here for now, and let's go get the case, and we will take this load over to the BGA, and then with both cycles going, it should slow it all down, whilst hopefully giving us the same amount of money. Plenty of olive oil pallets. I'm hoping they'll be worth a good amount of money. So I imagine it'll be the same place that, because I know slurry goes in there, so I'd imagine it'll be the same as trying to put it into here maybe. I hope we don't have to try to scoop it up or anything. No. Okay, this could be interesting. Better try to look to see where we can put this. Okay, so I think we have to put it in there, into the top. We can't just tip it like we did do with the silage, because we did have to put the silage bales there, but I don't understand. Actually, scratch all that. I may have found out why. I wasn't on the trailer. I was on the... there we go. I was on the front weight. So now that is tipping lovely. But that's now flickering, because I don't think it can decide whether it wants to be silage or manure in there. Is that full? Let's go on to here now. Oh yeah, we are. Right, well that might as well stay up here then, because I'm not taking that 2,000 litres just back. And what we will do is we will now go home and we will go to sleep. So we're here, so we'll see you all in the morning. And there's my dog. So, like many farmers, I imagine there could be a bit to do. So food at the minute, we are alright. So we don't need to do that. Oh, that's not good. So they need... oh, they've got meadow, so they're eating that now. But these lot, the sheep, need water. So let's find the John Deere, which of course is the last one we go to. We'll go get the water tank and we will fill that up first thing. Luckily there's already 4,312 litres, so we'll tip what we need into there, which is a fair bit. We can take that off, and then what I think I am going to do, so we don't use this cultivator ever again, because I just think now it is far too small, is we're going to take this to the shop, and we are going to then return, get the planter. We're then going to plant this with maize, which I'm sure that was my whole plan all along. So corn, yes, so we can do that this month. Oops, let's get out of the field. So we'll go get this sold. I just think now we're starting to outgrow it, and it just takes a fair bit of time. What do we think we'll get for this? I'm hoping maybe 20,000. If we've got 20,000, that'd be lovely, because I'm very cautious that we've got this big loan on. What is it? Oh, brilliant, 34, but we will repaint, we will repair, which is only £2. I don't know whether that was worth it, but anyways, let's sell. Yes, please. And then what I am going to do is, because of we've got to remember this loan, finances will repay 40,000. So we want 3. Well, that was maybe slightly bit more, but anyways, so we're now down to 325,000 loan, which the loan repayment for sleep when we slept was only £1,200. So I think that's this is the much better way of doing it than financing, because fair dues, you're paying it off a lot quicker, but you're doing bigger bulk payments with, obviously, you're still being charged interest. So I'd rather do it like this, I think. We will now put the planter on, which, if I remember rightly, it was brilliant for towing, but unlike your cultivators and so on, this attaches, if I show you here, it attaches onto your back drawbar, so when you're turning it catches the back wheel, so you can't do a tight turn with it, unlike your cultivators, which seem to go on a 3-point hitch, so they're hanging slightly further out the back of the tractor. Ooh, that needs weeding. Don't say I forgot to do this. What growth stage are we in? Okay, so we can still use the hoe in there. We must get that done today. Right here, we will change it to corn, and we need a solid fertiliser. Right, hold on, I'm going to have to go to the shop and get some solid fertiliser. And here we go, after a bit of a delayed start. That's not the greatest, realising that we were out of solid fertiliser. I think I may have said that even at the beginning of the episode. But anyways, we're here now and we're ready. So let's just reverse back into place. We'll have to get steering assist back on, please. We'll do 2, which I think I always do 2. Let's fire it up, drop it down, get steering assist on, and we will hopefully get this done in a bit quicker time than the cultivator. Done. So this field, well, apologies, staying in the same field for the majority of the episode, but it needed to be done to make sure that we have as much time as possible to get this all cut, because we are going to be doing this for silage, so it may be that we stretch it just over 2 months instead of just 1, so that's why I wanted to get it in on this first month. It almost looks like it's going to snow. There's the odd snowflakes sort of here, there and everywhere. But we will go take this to the farm and we'll park it up at the arable farm. We do have some wool to move, which they must have ran out early on in the night because they haven't produced half as much as what they normally would do. We also have 1 pallet of mozzarella cheese, so that's going to slowly be earning us a fortune. Only problem is we have to now get that, our little stacker truck, over to the wool to move it, or do we have pallet forks for the telehandler? That may be something that's just a bit easier to do. So we can leave that there, and I think that could be us done now with this tractor today. What we need to have a look at is the fabric, because I think it's next month that is when... Where is it? There you go. Oh, it's this month. Oh, so we are going to have to sell the fabric today. So that sort of changes everything. So we won't use that. We will take the John Deere. We'll go find our bale trailer, which I think it's over there next door. Or better yet, to save us having to drive the stacker truck, we may just attach the stacker truck to the back of our flatbed trailer with the dolly on. Which that's where if we can get a truck at some point, that'll be even better. But anyways, let's get this on. We'll get it round to the fabric, and then we'll have to find the farmer's market, because I do keep forgetting actually which one that is. With that now at the back, we can put that on, and let's go and get ourselves some fabric. Whilst we are here, I did do the lettuce quickly off camera with it before I put it on. I thought it would be silly to leave them there. Whilst we are here, we can just lift these up, and we can take these over before we then load up with fabric. I do struggle with this because you don't quite see the ties as well as what you do in other forklift trucks. The design is absolutely brilliant. You know, it's so handy to have something like this in the game. But yeah, it's one of them I struggle with most things with stacking, and it tends to take me a little bit more time than what I would like to admit. But we'll quickly bob this. Yeah, we'll bob this into a little time lapse, you know, and then I'll bring you back when we are selling. We got something like 130. I don't think that's what we'll get, but that would be simply lovely. But let's see. Bang. 122. So before we forget, let's go back onto here. Let's finances. So we'll take this down to 225. Or do we just do that other? Right, so we're down to 200. That seems like the better option. So we owe 200,000. So we've now on halved our loan in one episode. And when the buffalo mozzarella, if we get plenty of that loaded up and taken across, that should hopefully pay off the rest of it. But we'll get this down to the farm, and then we'll have to finish off with the hoe. I think we can just leave that there, but let's change to the dolly. Take that off, and I'm hoping it's over at the arable farm, and then we can pick that up, and that works at a fair rate of knots, so that'll be lovely to get that field all crisp and clean. And we might as well keep it on the John Deere, because we'll have our corn in the game, but maize for our maize silage, we'll have that to do in the next episode. Well, I certainly don't remember leaving it here, but the main thing is we've got it. So, can we sneak down the side of the diesel tank, and then this is where we can make our start. 15 miles an hour doing this is brilliant. And look, I've got a random deer in my field. I hope that's not eating my sunflower heads off. Is there much of a head on them? Anyways, I hope it's not causing too much destruction. But that does also lead me to something else that I have noticed this episode especially. I don't know whether it's with the new patch that's recently just come out, but there seems to be a lot more wildlife. It's like in the sky, there's like flocks of crows flying around. It's no longer just one on the ground here and there. They're now actually flying, and you can watch them. They mainly go over the village, so I haven't seen them so much down here. But when I'm in the other yard, see there, I think that's brilliant how that's flying around. It'd be even better. Oh, mind the gate. It'll be even better, and I'm not complaining or whinging because I think that's brilliant as it is. But if they, I want to go down here because this maize field we'll want to in the next episode. There they are. I think that's brilliant. But as I was saying, I think it'd be even better if you saw them land in trees, which I don't know how hard that would be for a developer to do. I imagine quite hard. But that would just be unreal, for the realism and watching it all. But anyways, on that note, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed. Please do feel free to give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.